where the sea meets jazz. It was the 1920s. The 1920s were called the Jazz Age in America, a time when jazz music became very popular. Galveston, Texas, was a beautiful town on the coast of the Gulf of Mexico. A coast is the land right next to the ocean. The Gulf of Mexico is the large body of water south of Texas. By day, fishermen went out in their small wooden boats to catch fish. At night, the streets were alive with jazz, a style of music that mixes rhythm, freedom, and feeling. The air smelled of salt from the ocean, and the smooth notes of saxophones floated above the waves. Among these fishermen was a young man named Jack Reeves. Jack's skin was browned by the sun, but his eyes were full of dreams. He worked hard to catch fish to survive, but his real passion, the thing he loved the most, was music. On calm nights, he sat on his little boat called Liberty and played the saxophone. This instrument is a golden curved instrument that makes rich, soulful sounds. People in town said, "That boy pulls music straight out of the sea." One stormy night, Jack's boat was nearly destroyed by giant waves. Just when he thought he would die, a mysterious light rose from the water. Out of the ocean appeared Miranda, the queen of the waves. Miranda ruled the sea. People had told stories about her for years, but no one had truly seen her. Her eyes were as blue as the Galveston Bay, and her hair shone like moonlight. With her powers, she calmed the storm and brought Jack safely to shore. Jack could hardly speak. Who are you?" he whispered. Miranda smiled. "I'm the guardian of this sea. Your music reached me." A guardian is a protector, someone who watches over and defends others. From that night on, Jack went to Strand Beach each evening and played music. Miranda appeared to him and told him stories of the sea, shipwrecks, lost sailors, and how she saved children during the terrible hurricane of 1900. Slowly, love grew between them, just like a jazz melody, sometimes slow, sometimes fast, but always beautiful. But love often brings danger. In the Gulf, waters sailed Captain Blackwell, a cruel pirate. A pirate is a thief of the sea, a man who attacks ships and steals treasures. His ship was called the Black Storm, and people feared it. Blackwell had heard of Miranda's magical pearl, a glowing pearl that could control storms and waves. When he saw Miranda with Jack, his heart filled with greed. "If I own that pearl, I will rule the whole sea." He spread lies among the townspeople. "Miranda is no protector. She's a dangerous mermaid. If we don't catch her, she will bring another hurricane like in 1900. The people remembered that terrible storm when thousands had died. Fear filled their hearts, and many believed the pirate. They tied Jack to a post in the town square. "If she really is our protector," they shouted, "let her come save him. Otherwise, she's our enemy." Miranda heard this and could not stay away. She called her ocean friends dolphins, sea turtles, and giant whales. Together, they attacked Blackwell's ship, and the waves spun into whirlpools. But Blackwell was clever. He used a magical net he had stolen from a sunken ship. This net glowed like a cage. When it fell over Miranda, her powers grew weak, and she was trapped. Jack, still tied, felt his hopes slipping away. Jack escaped and ran to St. Mary's Church. Inside was Miss Eliza, an old woman with a kind heart. She was a church singer who often sang the hymn, Queen of the Waves. A hymn is a religious song, usually sung in prayer or worship. Eliza had lived through the 1900 hurricane. She told Jack, "People are afraid because of lies. Miranda is the one who saved children that night. If you love her, you must fight for her." She gave him a weapon, an ancient sea blade, a sword said to have been found in the ocean after the hurricane. The sword carried a special power. It could cut through any dark magic. Jack gathered his friends Johnny, Mary and Tom, and they set sail in a small boat. A fierce battle raged against Blackwell. Jack used the sword to slice through the glowing net and free Miranda, but Blackwell had one last weapon. Using the pearl, he created a monstrous storm, larger than anything Galveston had ever seen. Miranda called on all the creatures of the ocean. Dolphins leapt through the waves, whales let out thunderous cries, the sea itself rose up to fight. Meanwhile, Jack led the townspeople into St. Mary's Church. Miss Eliza began to sing Queen of the Waves. Slowly, everyone joined, the children with high voices, the elders with trembling tones, the mothers with prayers. Their song was carried by the wind to the ocean. The hymn gave Miranda new power. She began to glow with bright light. Jack shouted, "We're all with you!" Together, with Jack's courage, the town's faith, and Miranda's strength, they turned the storm back. The pearl's power snapped, and Blackwell was trapped forever inside a stone beneath the sea. The storm died. Galveston was safe again. The truth was clear now. Miranda wasn't a monster. She was the protector of Galveston. Before she returned to the sea, she gave Jack a glowing pearl. "When you play your saxophone," she told him, "I will always come back." Jack taught her a special melody. Every night he played it, and in the sound of the waves, people said they could hear Miranda's laughter. Every year, on September 8th, the people of Galveston gathered on Strand Beach to remember her. They created the Festival of the Waves with jazz music, sea stories, and prayers to the Queen of the Waves. The lesson. The legend of Galveston teaches us, love is stronger than fear. Love gives courage even when people are afraid. Unity can defeat any storm. When people stand together, they can overcome anything. Faith connects humans with nature. Belief gives strength to both the heart and the world around us. Jack and Miranda's story is more than a romance. It is a voice of hope, humanity, and harmony between people and the sea.